Warning. The show you're about to see contains material unsuitable for children and questionable among most adults. Viewer discretion is advised.
Looks like Brett might be a little late tonight. I've hosted the show twice.
Oh, I thought it was once.
Yeah, but it was a pretty good episode. I mean, a partner doesn't answer my calls, but, whatever.
Who's the senior citizen?
See, Brian.
What?
Between you and me, we're going to have to change the name of this place to from M&N to Mature Nursing Home Network. Am I right, buddy?
Well, hey, that's the demographic. They got the money,
Yeah, I hear you, man. You watch Crashing last night, or they got it on HBO Go?
I watch it on HBO Go now. I watch everything on my cell phone.
It's a working studio. There's nothing on air.
I never home.
So as I was saying, it's funny because a lot of people think that public access is actually funded by taxpayer dollars, but it's kind of Time Warner Cable at the end of the day funding what we're doing. And they have other programming, we get that, but we're sort of like, I don't know, the skin on top of a cup of soup, It's just sort of sent off and enjoyed by few, but well.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite show that took place in here? The special's been on the air for a few years now, so if you've heard of it, that would be good.
No.
No? Okay. Well, I can tell you about what other M&N pages have done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wonderful. So one of them swam in a river once. A few were working in the healthcare professional field.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of them are mothers, which is kind of cool.
Erica, how are you? You find a new host, or maybe Brett's, he's took a
Hi.
lift, or...
This is Mr. Jokes. He appears on the show every week, without fail.
Yeah, that's true. What's your name?
I'm sorry, I've kind of told you this before. We're not really supposed to communicate with you while you're getting ready for things. There's a
Life
strict...
is full of blessings. What's your...
No, please don't.
Okay.
We've gone through this before. I think he's doing a bit or something, but we have a strict tour script. I'd kind of like to stick to it if you don't mind.
Okay, that's fine. Where can I get a hat?
Oh, you have to go
This is
to...
being sticky. Okay. All right.
You have to go through a very
love this
rigorous...
crew.
You have to go through a very rigorous interview process to become an M&N page. My parents wanted me to work in new media, but that just wasn't going to fly.
Mm-hmm. I hosted a show on M&N Pack.
Yes, I know. This was a special request from the program that I show you around. We're honored to have you here. 100 years of public access between when you came on the air and now. That's really remarkable. Does it look the same?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
All 802 lights in the grid? Wow. Huh. I wonder if there's any dust of yours up there. Are you happy to be here? Usually people are quite happy to be here.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, as we like to say, you should keep your memories of M&N in your hearts and minds and not on your electronic devices, and I'm sure that's what you've done.
Yes. We should probably go.
Oh no, we're only halfway through the 58-minute tour.
It's just...
So sorry.
We're not really supposed to engage with anyone. Pages are sort of just human signposts, but I have to introduce you. This is Rich.
I know you. You're Edna, right? I remember you from 23rd Street. Hello, Edna. Welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome to M&N.
Rich.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Oh my God.
Jeez. You know what?
So long.
Let's get some light on you.
No, say yes.
No. I know my way around here. The cardboard sets, the arguments, the sound here. Yes, a world to rediscover, but I'm not in any hurry. And I need the whispered conversations in control rooms and in hallways. The atmosphere depressing here as always. Feel the late night time slot madness. Feel the magic in the making. Why everything's as if we never said goodbye. I've spent so many evenings just trying to forget you. I'm trembling now, you can know how I've missed you. Missed the volunteer adventure in this public access playground. We were young together. I'm coming out of makeup. The light's already burning. Not long until the cameras will start turning. And the late night time slot madness and the magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. I don't want to be alone. That's all in the past. This world's waited long enough. I've come home at last. And this time will be bigger and brighter than we knew it. So watch me fly. We all know I can do it. Can I stop my hands from shaking? Has there ever been a moment with so much to live for? The angry conversations in control rooms and in hallways. So much to say, not just today, but always. We'll have late night, low budget madness. We'll have magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. We taught the world new ways to dream. Sorry, it's a force of habit. I'm sorry.
Nature.
Tell me, Paige girl,
Oh, yes, yes. What, do you need anything like water or a cup of coffee?
maybe a brandy.
Okay, we'll get that right for you.
Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry, Edna. The host is late. Could you sit down at the desk so we can do a camera test right now?
The desk?
The desk, yes. Just not
Yes.
Thank you.
Stroheim, it's been so long since I've sat behind a desk like this.
Yes. Madam, it's so good to have your star shining bright once again.
Yes. Where's the crew? This is a mess. There's a paper cup here. Someone take this away. Take this away now.
Where's that little...
And you in the green. You in the green, get me a cushion for my chair. And you, Rich, find out where my brandy is.
I'm sorry, madam.
It's about showtime. Let's start the show.
Yes.
It's a mess. Someone get a napkin. Clean this up.
You don't touch her. You don't touch her.
Stay here until Darren's done singing. Hello, and welcome to The Special with Edna Bismarck. I'm Edna Bismarck. It's been a long time since you've seen me grace your television screens. You know, I'm actually from the golden age of public access television, yes. I hosted a show. It was called the Edna Bismarck Hour, and we had song and dance and tales of merriment. And I was everything around here. And then times change. They started incorporating audio into the broadcasts, and, well, people wanted someone with a less shrill voice hosting, I suppose. You know, I could have been in the talkies, but, well, if its and buts were candy and nuts, as they say. It's been such a long time. You know, I had this rivalry with this total tramp, and I know that's not a word that we like to throw around here, but Robin Bird, she was a total tramp. She hosted a show ages ago, and I would always remind her, you're such a tramp. And then she would say hurtful things to me that were completely untrue, but when I was saying that she's a tramp, then I was correct. Yes. Oh, Stroheim.
Yes, madam.
This is Stroheim. He is my... No? He's the only person that seems to give a damn about a star anymore. The teleprompter is saying a joke of the week.
Hey! Special! How you folks doing tonight? Give it up for yourselves.
Who are you? No? Quiet! Who are you?
It's me. It's me, Mr. Jokes.
Mr. Jokes?
Yes, yes. You know, I'm always cracking wise and,
What else do you do, Mr. Jokes, besides
Well,
jokes?
you know, sometimes I host, but that's okay. Maybe once. But that's all right. Thank you very much, Fester. No, I'm kidding. Let me see. Would you like to hear a joke? What do you think, folks? You want to hear a joke? You know, I'm not going to lie.
Go ahead. Entertain me.
Well, you know, I'm not going to lie about it. You take a look at me, you know what's going on. I'm fat. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm
Very obvious.
Yes, yes. You know, you try to get a different line of work. You know, I recently tried being a lawyer. They
But
said-
you were too fat.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. They said it's called habeas corpus, not habeas corpulent. Thank you very much. Thank you. So usually I do one of those and, yeah.
Time for the joke of the week.
No, you see, I did. It was the habeas. I mean, do you want to hear a joke?
Carry on.
I do request. Do you want to hear a joke? A joke?
Well, you know, I was talking about Robin Bird. You know, she's such a tramp. Why don't you tell me a joke about Robin Bird?
Oh, you know, my references maybe don't date that so far back. You know, Louis, you're an attractive lady. I bet you've been doing a lot of dating.
Yes.
Yeah, carbon dating. Am I right? Am I right? Oh, carbon. When I say carbon, you say dating.
Shut up! How dare you disrespect a star with your plebeian quips?
Okay, well, what's so great about her?
Once you won't remember if you said Hollywood's her face would think of her face on every billboard. In just a single week, she'd get 10,000 letters. Men would offer fortunes for a bloom on her corsage or a few strands of her hair. Today, she's half forgotten. It's the pictures that got small. She's the greatest star of all. Then you can't imagine how fans would sacrifice themselves to touch her shadow. There was a Maharaja who hanged himself with one of her discarded stockings. She's immortal, caught inside that flickering light beam is the youth which cannot fade. Madam's a living legend. I've seen so many idols fall. She's the greatest star of all. Yes. Yes, the greatest star of all.
Thank you, Stroheim. Stroheim, everyone. He sings to me. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy that you're here, looking so beautiful, radiant.
Thank you, yes. That's
Gorgeous.
enough, Stroheim.
Yes,
it seems, I'm looking at this rundown, we've got a musical guest tonight. We've got Long Neck.
I wonder if it's that giraffe.
Oh, my
you know.
giraffe. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I had a bit of a menagerie. I was trying to build Noah's Ark in my backyard, and the giraffe was the first to go. It pissed me off, and I shot it in the skull. And then we've got a comedian. Oh, finally. It's good to have a comedian on the show.
We'll see about that.
Nate Fernald will be joining us. Now, I wanted to talk about some more of these stories. You know, remember how there was the Playboy Mansion?
Of course, madam.
Well, we would have something. It was called the Scum Mansion, and it was Al Goldstein's apartment. And you know, we would all do our shows, and then we would come back, and you know, Al Goldstein would take pictures of us in precarious positions. And Stroheim, would you go fetch me a reel-to-reel? I want to preserve some of these stories.
Yes.
Oh, yes. What else? What else? Ah, yes. You know, I came up with the idea for Let's Paint TV. Now, if you've never seen Let's Paint TV, it's where a man runs on a treadmill and he paints a picture while he does it. I really recommend looking it up. It's wonderful. Anyway, I was smoking some crack, and I had taken a man on as my sex slave, and not something I want to do, but something I have the ability to do, so yes, I indulge. And I said, why don't you run on that treadmill for 20 hours and paint me a portrait? And you know, it would turn out to be one of the most successful public access shows running. So yes, please check that out on television. Stroheim, where's my reel-to-reel? What is that? I didn't ask for makeup.
It's a little light box.
A light box.
They said it can record hours and hours of video.
You know, I don't like the upgrades they made to this place. It was much better when it was loud cameras that would only work for 20 minutes at a time.
Yes.
And then a child would have to carry a 50-pound reel of film back to a truck which rested outside.
But at least that child had a job.
You know, kids don't work nowadays. Stroheim,
Yes.
do you remember our public access adventure?
Yes, madam.
You know, the budgets were low, but the memories were rich.
Yes, madam.
Well, I think we should just get on with it, shall we?
Yes.
Let's see. This guest writes on the Late Show. Must be the Late Show. Please welcome our guest, Nate Fernald. Nate Fernald. Am I saying that right?
No, you're not actually. Fernald is the correct pronunciation.
Would you like a cigarette?
No, thank you.
Okay, just for me.
I thought this was a Brett's show.
Oh, well, I bet Brett's a little indisposed right now, so I'm taking over the show. Can we fix that? Can we get a child to climb up into the rafters and fix that for us, please? A child? Well, we'll fix it. Brett's indisposed, so I used to host a show here on MNN, well, let's just say a long time ago, and I don't want to give it too much, you know. I'm older than I look. So tell me about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a comedian and writer.
A writer?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that for the
Yeah.
Late Show.
Yes, I've been dipping my toe into acting though too. You know, I've actually been. I don't want to boast too much, but I've been on cable television for over a sum total of 47 minutes, and I've been on network television for a total of about 12 and a half minutes. That's, yeah, so it's I, suffice to say, I've got a SAG card, so.
Well, you're not going to impress me with that network numbers, you know. You know, those people were so stuck up back in the day, and I bet they've never changed. You're better off on cable access.
Okay. Okay.
How many hours have you racked up there?
This will probably, I'm probably dipping in at about minute 37 with this today.
Oh, Stroheim,
Yeah.
start the timer, please.
Yes. My
We'll
watch.
bump that up quite a bit. I like you. I want to keep you around.
Okay, you know, gotta add to those minutes.
So you're a writer. So what kind of things do you write? Jokes?
Mostly jokes.
You
yes.
should meet the other guy. He could use some help.
Which guy?
I forget his name
Mr.
already.
Mr.
He was
Jokes.
very forgettable.
Oh, no, he's wonderful. I'm a big fan of his actually,
Why?
because he tells jokes.
No.
Well, what do you think is a good joke if you don't like his jokes?
Well, you know, there was one comedian that I had a little fling with, and I thought he was actually pretty funny.
Okay.
His name was Jake Fogelnest. And he hosted a show on New York Public Access called Squirt TV. And let me tell you, there couldn't be a more apt name for a show featuring Jake Fogelnest.
Because he was a kid when he hosted it, so a little squirt, right?
A big squirt.
Oh God. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Jake. We're neighbors actually in Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you should send him some of my boudoir photography. Stroheim, would you go get me some of my boudoir photography and wrap it up for Mr. Fernald?
That's okay.
I thought you wanted a watch.
Oh, yes. Please set the timer. Thank you, Stroheim. So now the clock is running.
Okay.
The clock is set.
You know, would you like extra copies of my boudoir photography?
No, I don't.
I have all the time in the world now that, you know, people have forgotten about me, all about me.
No.
I bet you've even forgotten about me, haven't you?
Me?
Yes.
As much as I could, I don't really know you, so I don't have that. There's not that much to forget.
So compare this to the late night show that you work on.
Okay.
Probably very similar, right?
It's pretty different, actually. Yeah. There's a lot less dead air on that one. I feel like there's been a lot of space between what's being said to us, and they kind of like have like prepared things in the interviews. They kind of make the most of their guests' time when they have a guest on the show. And yeah, and there's well, the guests are probably as good as on this show, I'd say. So you know, the Nate Fernald caliber or higher on that show. So like this doesn't happen on that show. So normally, what you're doing right now, normally the host would be like entertaining the people who are watching the show, as opposed to just kind of leering at a person on the couch who doesn't really know what's going on.
I'm just
right
having
now.
a cigarette.
Okay.
Is that illegal now?
I don't actually think you're supposed to smoke on TV.
Well, too bad.
Okay.
If the police want to come down and take me down, well, I just dare them. I dare them.
So like again, yeah, this here wouldn't be happening.
Well, you know, what's the host name?
It's James Corden is the name
James
of the host
Corden
I work
probably
for.
doesn't have a Nate Fernald to sit and just gawk at. You're so cute. How old are you?
Me, I'm 34 years old.
Oh, well, you know, you look younger than you are.
I've been told that.
So
yeah.
have I. All the time.
You have been.
Yes.
Wow. How old do people think you look?
34.
Really? When were you being told that?
Every day, right, Stroheim?
Yes, madam.
Don't you think Nate is so adorable?
Yes, madam.
I would just love to put him on my lap. You want to sit on my lap?
No, I don't. I don't want to do that.
Master Fernald, let me take you to her lap.
No, I'm good. I'm perfectly content on the couch right now.
Okay.
I'm loving the couch. It's a very comfortable couch.
It is a nice couch. Stroheim carried it all the way from Treasure Island.
Yes.
Carried it from an island?
From the store, Treasure Island.
Oh, okay. Just carried it through an ocean to here.
Oh, Stroheim would walk through oceans for me. He's very loyal.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
that's great that you have that.
But sometimes he's awfully messy. Stroheim, are there dirty dishes in the sink? You see, sometimes I just need to yell at him. Stroheim, you're an
Yes.
ignorant piss.
Yes, madam.
Stroheim, why don't you clean the dishes? Why don't you give me and Mr. Fernald some alone time?
Are you sure, madam?
Yes.
So if you want to like ask me about like my craft or
Yes,
something.
tell me about your craft. What do you like to
Yeah.
write your jokes about?
You know, it's a very topical show, so I generally kind of write about what's going on in the news. Sometimes I like to
What's going on in the news? I haven't opened up a newspaper in, God save, 40 years.
I don't think a lot of people have opened up a newspaper, and quite a few. There are computers now with the newspaper. It's like the newspaper's on your TV almost.
Okay. Well, I don't understand any of that. You're going to have to show me.
Okay.
Will you show me how to use the computer?
That's quite a process.
Well, it seems like we're going to be spending quite a bit of time together,
No,
aren't we?
no, we're not. We're definitely not.
What else do you write about? Not on the show. What makes you tick?
What makes me tick? I don't know. I guess I just like comedy, and I want to write comedy, and you know, get a lot.
What's the last thing that made you laugh?
The last thing I'm going to be honest, it was Mr. Joke's habeas corpus bit. That
Mr. Jokes! Get out of here!
was, yeah.
Mr. Jokes, tell us some more jokes!
Oh man, it feels so good to be here. Let me see. You got any requests?
I like a good joke about your career. Your career jokes are always some of my favorites.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's not going well. I don't know if I ever told you. I have a podcast coming out on Inaudible. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's
What's a
not
podcast?
That's kind of like a phonograph needle, except you talk about your cats. Am I right? Am I right, folks?
Hey, Mr. X, it's weird they put out podcasts on iTunes. They should put them on eartunes. My man. This guy should host the show. Put this guy in the chair. Get this lady out of here. Get that guy at the desk. Now that's a host if I've ever seen one.
Stroheim, have Mr. Jokes killed.
Yes, madam.
See, normally Mr. Jokes kills. So, the turnaround.
I assure you that's not the case. Now, it's funny that you're a writer because I'm actually a writer as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Once I retired from in front of the camera, I started working on my memoirs, and then, well, they just started taking on a tale of their own.
Yeah?
Would you like to hear my life story?
Not in particular. Again, so normally with a talk show host, the guests kind of tell their story and the
Well, tell me your story then.
well-
Maybe it could be a screenplay about a woman that used to be the star of the screen, and then she meets a handsome young chap like you, a funny man that's, looking for some meaning to his life, and things happen, and, the story will write itself, I suppose.
Honestly, I don't think that will. I don't think it will write itself.
You could live in my studio apartment.
I'm not sure where the story ends and where you're actually talking.
I'm inviting you to live with me. We could work on it night and day.
No, I'm not.
Well, we don't have to work all night. We could also play a little bit.
Oh God, no, absolutely no. Thank you for the offer. I'm very flattered, but
Why?
But no.
Why are you rejecting this offer?
Oh, I'm in a relationship, so yeah.
What's her name?
I don't really want to reveal.
No, tell me her name.
Information. Yeah, I don't want to reveal information about her on television. Yeah. Just about everything? Should I just stop talking? So, do you have any projects you've been working on?
I'm so mad. I'm so mad that you brought her up.
Hey, I'm going to give you a great tip for hosting a late night show. Okay, if you're hosting a show right now, what you want to do if you have a guest and you're not really sure what to say, just kind of bring up if the guest has any moves. Like I hear you got some moves. And
Yes, that's right. Let's dance.
And then
Show me your moves.
that's not really my thing, but.
Director boy, will you play that song I like? You have to leave. What are you doing? Okay. Stroheim, push me. Cut the music. You're feisty. You're tough. I like that.
I was just trying to politely lead you back to the chair.
I understood that. I got that very well when you led me back to the chair.
You were gripping my hand incredibly hard.
Yes. Well,
you have the strength of like a dozen men. It was very scary.
It's been hard since I gripped something. I mean, that was supposed to be a double entendre, but it just kind of came out nonsense,
It's
didn't
a
it?
zero entendre. That was a -4 entendre.
So what are you excited about? What are you working on that you want to share? You've got millions of people watching you right now.
Right now, I've really just been focusing on my tweets. Actually, that's I think kind of Twitter is they say that's the future of writing, and television's kind of a dying medium. So that's why I'm just really trying to write a lot of good, solid tweets lately. And you want me to read some tweets?
I would love for you to read some.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So, guys, if you like these tweets, there's plenty more where it came from. At Nate Fernald, you can check me out on Twitter. So let's see. Here we go. Okay, sorry, there's a poor Wi-Fi connection in here, but okay, here we go. How about this one? Hey, you call it dreidel. Well, okay, this one it's not going to translate saying, but reading.
I'm not going to like this one already, I know.
Say, you call it dreidel, I call it Jumanji. Yeah. Are you a fan of Jumanji?
I don't know what that means.
I'm surprised you didn't play the original game. The Jumanji reference. Okay, let's see.
Would you like a foot rub while you read these tweets to me?
I'm totally good. Thank you, though.
Stroheim?
Yeah, no.
Do it through the shoe.
No, you don't have
He's
to.
got very
You really
firm
don't have
hands.
to do that. You don't have to do that at all. Okay.
Stroheim, I think you're making our guests feel uncomfortable. Are you jealous of the attention I'm showing Nate Fernald?
No, madam.
No. Stroheim gets a little jealous when I have gentlemen callers.
Hey, here's a good tweet. It's a pretty relevant one. It's for my husband. The Tide Pod challenge is getting him to wash his clothes. Yeah. That's a fun one.
What is the Tide Pod challenge?
Oh, basically teenagers were eating laundry detergent. I don't like this at all. Yeah.
Yes, master.
Nate, do you like music?
I love music. Yes.
Who are your favorite musicians?
Favorite musicians. I love the Pixies are one of my favorite bands.
Benny Goodman?
I'm not familiar with Benny Goodman. I know he's got some classic songs, but I haven't reached back
Martin
that far.
Snitzer Orchestra?
Brian Setzer Orchestra?
I might have gotten the name wrong.
Maybe, probably.
Yes.
Jumpin' and Jivin'. Now that's a cut right there.
Who else do you like?
Let's see. I like the Birds.
In the Trees?
Oh, the band, the Birds.
Oh, I haven't.
What is the last band or musician you heard of?
Well, I suppose it was Chubby Checker. He put on a song called The Twist, and then he put out a song called Twist Again, and then you just continue that process until
I love
today.
The Twist. The Twist is a great song.
Oh, let's do The Twist.
Do we don't know? I think, yeah.
Well, you know what? How about we'll do The Twist off camera. And we'll do it to this band that's performing.
I think I'm just going to watch the band.
Okay. Well, if someone grabs your hips and starts moving them, it's going to be me or Stroheim.
I came out here at 11 o'clock at night to just be confused by you, ma'am.
And I'm interested in you. You're like a puzzle. You're a little enigma that I want to figure out. I'm going to figure you out. This resistance, it's going to go down.
No. The resistance is strong right now.
No?
Hashtag resist.
No. I see a twist coming regardless. Their new album, Will This Do, is out now on Tiny Engine Records. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Longneck.
In a house outside D.C., I dreamt that you were holding me. It was the arms of the reclining seat where I slept perpendicular. I want to say this simply. I want to make it pure. I want to be mine and I want to be yours. I want to say this simply. I want to make it pure. I want to be mine and I want to be yours. In a hotel
So, that's what I was then. A guinea pig. Somebody to test your theories on.
Yeah. And I was just some girl somebody picked out at a bar.
Yeah, well, you know what? Big deal. Hell, you can even use this as a little twist in one of your stories.
That's a good idea. Maybe we should bet on it.
Yeah, you know what, Andy? You did your job now.
Yes, I did.
You wanted to lose a guy in 10 days. Well, congratulations. You just did it. You lost him.
No, I didn't, Ben. Because you can't lose something you never had. Does Princess Sophia want to come out and play?
Who's Princess Sophia? Nah. Whoa, you're kidding me, right? Princess Sophia?
Little big. I don't know. We will find out.
All right, listen. Okay, you can't name my member Princess Sophia.
Yes, I can.
Listen, if you're gonna name my member, sure, all right, you gotta name it something hyper masculine, okay? Something like a Spike, a Butch, a Cruel, the Warrior King. That's what I'm talking about. Where's the sexy, cool, fun, smart, beautiful Andy that I knew? The one that wanted to be a serious journalist. You're up, you're down, you're here, you're there, you're like a freaking one-woman circus.
Unattached?
Currently.
Likewise.
Surprising.
Psycho?
Rarely. Interested.
Perhaps.
Hungry.
Starving.
Leaving.
Now.
What a funny sketch. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. You know, I finally got my brandy, and now I'm feeling a little fun. Nate had to, well, he's indisposed. He had a little bit too much brandy, I think, and, well, now he's fallen asleep somewhere, and, right, Stroheim?
Yes, madam.
Now, you know, Mr. Jokes reminded me of someone that I really love, an old public access friend of mine. I'd like to introduce you to one of my oldest friends. Please welcome Mrs. Lips.
Where's the camera?
They have multiple cameras now. Hello. Mwah. Mwah.
Oh, Edna. Oh, who is this man?
Oh, that's Stroheim. You remember Stroheim. He was always around during the public access days.
Yes, the public access days. That's where I met you, Edna. You know, well, a long time ago, me and Edna, we were together of sorts, but not in that way, although we did do things like that sometimes. You know, my real name...
It was the Great Depression, after all.
Yes, I couldn't get out of bed for a decade, and we called it the Great Depression as a little joke in between, you know, old ladies, which we are. We're women. My name is Vegetable Melange. That's my God-given name, and, you know, friends like Edma, they call me Veggie. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, dear. Stroheim, don't you dare touch it. You'll cut yourself.
Oh, my God.
Stroheim can take care of this.
Anyway, you know, they all used to be made of foam when I was here. Everything was made of foam. It was the 70s. It was the 60s. It was the 50s.
You know, my memory gets fuzzy around the 50s, so let's just say it was that.
Do you remember who broke that? Did you break that?
Stroheim.
Take
Yes.
it away.
I'm sorry.
You've got to stop bringing these clumsy men all around.
Oh, no. Well, Stroheim, Stroheim was actually behind the camera back in the day.
Oh, I see. Well, what did we used to do? We used to go to the Chateau Marmont.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, and we would draw a bath, fill it with lye, not tell anyone. One time we had Sam Cooke come up to the suite. He dipped his toe in and the skin fell right off. Yes, that was one of my favorites. Anyway, you brought me on here. You want me to do the old character, right?
Well,
from the public access days.
There was a really dreadful comedian on before. I forget his name. I think he passed on. And, just seeing him perform reminded me of what real comedy was.
Oh, yes, that's what I do, real comedy. Because, I'm a woman, of course. Well, I'm going to do the character that made me famous from New York to New Jersey.
This was wonderful. It aired
Don't touch me!
Every night at 2 a.m. It was a brand new hour every day. Everyone was exhausted, and it was called the Mrs. Lips Show. And it was so funny. It was really just one thing over and over again. And Mrs. Lips is coming alive, I think. Stroheim, help. That's not the position.
I think I am helping.
This reminds me of a time when we were in the grotto.
Oh, yes.
All right. Hello, everybody. I just flew in from Peoria, Illinois, and boy, are my hands tired because I used them as wings to fly, you see. I flew.
Get a close-up of Mrs. Lips.
So you're getting my good side. In the 80s, everyone was getting nose jobs. I felt so left out because I don't have one. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, I'm so sorry. I remember where I am. I am at Fox Studios. I'm at M&N Studios. Oh, yes. Edna, this is, Mrs. Lips aside, this is me, Vegetable Melange, talking. I suffered a lot of memory loss. We would play those games. We would play those games in your apartment where we'd take all the pills we could find, the little yellow ones, the little blue ones, put them in a blender and dare each other to finish the milkshake first. What did we call that game? The Quaalude smoothie? What did we call that?
Quaalude smoothie, yes. We should go down to 42nd Street and get some of those.
Oh, 42nd Street. I haven't been there, but Mrs. Lips knows what's going on at 42nd Street. You see, if I had legs, I'd be on the corner right now. Do you know what I'm saying about that?
Oh! Stroheim! What the fuck, Stroheim?
Did the cup-breaking man push me? Stop touching me! Yes, I too am a strong woman, just like Edna Bismarck. The strength of a dozen men in our frail old hands, you see. Get me something more cylindrical than that. Anyway, I think you know where to find me.
Oh, yes.
I have a website now. It's a GeoCities. And yes, please visit me there. Come to my GeoCity.
You're gonna have to show me how to use a computer.
Oh, I just end up breaking everything I touch. I don't really know why. Must be the super strength.
Oh, fair enough. Stroheim, have you checked on my little pet? Where is he?
Excuse me?
My little pet. I have a dog.
I took care of him, madam.
Oh, wonderful.
He's waiting your arrival.
This is so exciting.
Are we going to do the segment?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay.
There we go. Back to Mrs. Lips.
Hello. So I was on the Pan Am Airlines, And you see, I was smoking inside the airline. And I was using my long knife that they let me bring aboard the plane. And the pilot, he came up to me and he said, "Didn't you just fly in from Peoria, Illinois, and aren't your hands tired as being the wings of the plane?" Who's touching my feet? Who's touching my feet?
It's Stroheim. It's Stroheim. He's a professional. He used to be my director back in the day. That's a twist, right?
Do you remember the massage parties, Edna?
Oh, yes. That's where I took young Lord Michael's virginity. It's back when he only did Canadian
Lord Michaels.
television.
Now that's something I've never heard before. I don't know who that is why. I don't know who you're talking about. Didn't you say there was a young man here who was courting you? I'd like to see that, Edna.
Oh, well, like I said, he had too much brandy and he vanished. He vamoosed.
That's too bad. You know, I like to make young men disappear, but it's inside the orifice of Mrs. Mouth, you see. Just eat them alive, because she's only a mouth. I mean, Mrs. Lips. I'm Mrs. Lips. I'm Mrs. Lips. I have a mouth, but I'm Mrs. Lips.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes?
I think it's time for your big number.
Oh, yes.
You must get changed.
Yes.
I'll come help you change in a moment.
I've been banned from every Duane Reade in Manhattan, so this is the only high I can get anymore.
Hey,
Don't forget fucking back. You locked me in a fucking closet, man.
It was only for
you
your
locked
own
me in
safety.
a closet.
No, it was
Oh,
only
these
for your
men
own
are walking
safety.
in the
fucking
ceiling.
almost broke my glass.
What is going on?
The only reason I got out is because I was an Eagle Scout and I could get a lock open.
Master Fernald, I didn't know you were a scout. But listen, it was just for your own safety. It was a joke. It was a joke.
It's not a joke.
Let's
That's
forget
not a
it
joke.
ever happened.
Mr. Jokes, that's the guy who tells jokes. That's not a joke. Okay?
I thought he was hilarious.
I'm calling okay, I gotta respect that, but I'm calling the cops, man.
No, there's no need.
Call the police.
Master Fernald, Master Fernald, let's talk business, okay? You're unemployed. You know, you probably don't have a lot of money.
I'm not unemployed. I'm in between jobs. I'm dipping my toes into acting.
And who better to help you act than a star?
What star?
Listen, okay?
She's not a star.
I'm right here.
We'll give you money. Lips.
She's not a star. She's some old lady who wandered into a show that she's not supposed to be here. All right, this okay. I'm calling the cops.
No.
I'm suing the show.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Back off. Back off. All right. Okay.
Look.
Now. All right.
Look. There's
Okay.
no need.
No, I'm taking you to court.
You should be in your cage.
No, I'm taking you to court. I'm taking you to court.
You should be in your cage.
Mrs. Lips, you're fine, but you guys are
Thank you.
going to court. You are going to court.
I got warrants,
There's
so
no
I
need.
can't go there.
No. Absolutely.
Yeah, they want me to
What's he
come
saying,
to
Stroheim?
Okay.
Fucking ass if he does.
What's he saying?
Nothing.
He said he's
Nothing.
going to kick my hand.
I never said
Okay.
anything like this.
All right.
I would never use language like that.
Okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to leave. This has been the weirdest moment of my life.
All right.
I don't like this. I don't like you.
Mr. Stroheim,
Okay.
break his legs or something.
Bye. No. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Come
on.
I deserve more respect. I've been on fucking TV for about 47 minutes, dude. 47 minutes on cable television. FX, Comedy Central. I'm
Now
out
you're
of
getting
here.
kicked off
I'm
everything.
out of here.
TV.
May I say a few words? I can't tell you how wonderful it is to be back in the public access studio making a picture, and I promise I'll never desert you again. This is my life. Will always be. There's nothing else, just us and the cameras and all you wonderful little people out there in the dark. I'm ready for my close-up.